Welcome back to Crypto Front. This is the front line where we are fighting together side by side for financial freedom. Let's go ahead and take a look at ZEBEC really, because of course we have been having drastic price action over the last 2 days. I made a video yesterday and I was asking the question, is it time to be selling ZEBEC really? Not because I'm worried about the price action or something like that, but I know that when we have price action like this, there will be people considering, moving out of the asset and stuff like that. However, I have a total and opposite explanation that I have here for ZEBEC and an opinion, because this is something that I've planned out over the last few months. And if you remember, if you've been watching my ZEBEC videos over the last 2 or 3 months, really the thing that we've been looking here for ZEBEC has always been this wake of accumulation pattern, as you can see here, panning out. Maybe you don't know what a wake of accumulation looks like, but it looks like something like this here, where you can see the schematic with phases A, B, C, D, and E, as you can see by them. So my general thesis at the moment with ZEBEC is that we are looking to have completed the wake of accumulation pattern here. We've broken out. Yes, fantastic. If you remember, back in the day, we were also looking at this bull flag here, saying that this bull flag, will take us a total length of about a 240-250% pump. We got exactly that here from ZEBEC, as you can see right here, right to the dot. So technically speaking, ZEBEC has not been one that's complicated to read, at least for me. And now I'm thinking that, okay, look, ever since the very bottom here of the chart, we've gone up in something like an Elliott wave count. And how does a Elliott wave count look like? Actually, we are looking here at maybe the bottom, wave 1. We're looking at this as wave 2, because there is also a clear ABC if you zoom in right there. So this is wave 2, and then of course we're looking for wave 3 right there. I think this is already complete, and what we are doing right now is working out on our 4th wave right there. So just, as a pro tip or something that I've realized in markets is that usually if you've got a short and a very quick wave 2 here, you tend to happen to also have a long and drawn out wave 4. So I think that's exactly what is happening at the moment. And here, what I'm looking forward to right now in this zone is looking for support for ZEBEC to go ahead and complete this 5th wave. I made a video on that yesterday. And of course, with this 5th wave, just according to Elliott wave theory, I really expect it to go ahead and break the previous high that we were having here for ZEBEC. Remember, before all those things here that we've been talking about ZEBEC, when we were down here, right around a market cap of $70 million or something like that, we were talking about price discovery. But of course, yes, price discovery doesn't come with pullbacks and stuff like that. Yes, I know the price is down like maybe 70% from its high like that, but I mean, that's really a common thing to happen in crypto, especially after rising a total of 10,000%, I mean 1,000%. So it is all good here still with ZEBEC. I think right now, as you can see here, I'm looking for some kind of a support level to start showing up right there for ZEBEC. But I've got a chart which I always refer to with like even much more detailed price action here for ZEBEC, and you can find that on HTX, the exchange. And also still here, you can see pretty much the same thing, but at least we've got this part here of early price action, which shows an all-time high at inception, or at least the highest price that we had when we, moved from ZBC to ZBC. And so that's what you see right here. I'm now expecting to find support here on top. If I may just quote the numbers real quick, I'm looking at a level of, I would say here, between 0.0022 for ZEBEC until all the way down to something like 0.0019, or I would say 0.002 also is an area of where I'm looking for the chart to at least, try to find a bottom. You can see that we just actually kissed that level yesterday. And not only that, but we can also see that even if we take a look at the historical appearance of the RSI here for ZEBEC, we can see that, where we are sitting currently, right towards this 30 mark, has been an area in which the chart has bounced off when price action was accumulating in this wake of accumulation pattern here. So I would not be surprised that, number one, we are heading onto a support level here for ZEBEC, and also at the same time we are also headed for a support on the RSI. Just as you can see in the lifetime of ZEBEC, these levels have been where reversals have happened, at least on the RSI here, even on the price chart as well. I mean, you can see that this would result in something like, an 85% pump, 95% pump, whatever the case may be. As you can also see right here, 150%. As you can see here, I mean, about a 70%. So I'm expecting a reaction here to happen for ZEBEC. If it doesn't happen, I mean, totally is because, I'm wrong on my analysis. But as I'm seeing things right now, number one, from an Elliott wave standpoint, I mean, there is a very important rule right there that wave 4 usually does not come back to revisit the territory of wave 1. So this actually should be good enough between that range of 0.0022 and 0.002 here for ZEBEC. So this area should not be dipped further down, because once you start doing something like this here, you're basically complicating the whole Elliott wave count, and it doesn't look pretty. Or at least it means that, you know, there is no Elliott wave count right there. It doesn't become a valid Elliott wave count. But I think we are sitting right on top of a support, and actually those things we had talked about them like a month ago. So for me, it's good. I took a break on ZEBEC, but coming back and having, you know, done my analysis a month ago, come back to the chart and see that's exactly how it has panned out. It's something that is actually very good, and it actually helps me to have a clear mind. So what I'm doing in this moment is I'm trying to look for bottoming signs here on this price chart. I mean, if I go to the daily time frame here, let me just go ahead and get rid of all these drawings. I can also see this kind of candles now indicating that, you know, some buyers are willing to step in right there. Of course, there's still a lot of selling pressure of people probably not understanding what the situation requires, but you know, it's not a coincidence that you just happen to have those buying candles right on top of where you are supposed to be expecting some kind of a support. So that is obviously encouraging for me. On the 1 hourly time frame as well, I'm monitoring the RSI right there, and you can see that, okay, we've also hit bottoms right here. The thing that we want to see is obviously continue push in terms of the RSI, you know, towards the upside here. But I would say that, you know, in relation to where the rest of the market is, I think we are sitting pretty here, because we should not forget that ZEBEC does not exist in a bubble. It actually is belonging to the crypto space in general, and we are seeing great things right there. We are also seeing even the traditional stock market and stuff like that. There is nothing that is, you know, too bad for the market at the point. I mean, we could have said things like the tariff on, I think it was July 9th, it was supposed to be, that would have provided a lot of uncertainty leading into that moment. But for now, it seems like we've got clear skies, and I hope that ZEBEC is also going to be taking that advantage and tapping into the liquidity coming into the market to just go ahead and, you know, find a support on top of this level that we just talked about here, maintain the Elliott wave count, and then of course from there we're looking to go ahead and set a new high. So people always ask me like how high I expect the price to go, and here from the very top here, I'm looking at this Fibonacci extension or retracement 2 here from the very top until the bottom. And yeah, we can see that here the third wave actually took us close to the 2.61 Fibonacci extension, and I'm expecting this fifth wave to go ahead and take us towards the last Fibonacci and even go beyond that, right? So this has always been my price target, because I just had an opportunity to accumulate ZEBEC when it was low here. So I'm anticipating a price target of right about 1.4 cents. And that's enough for me, right? For a lot of people, maybe that's not enough, because from where the price is, we're looking at only somewhere around a 600%. But for me, it's quite enough, because I got the chance to accumulate a little bit down here. So by the time we get there, that's a perfect 10x, right? I mean, it's pretty much standard, isn't it? We have a 10x. And so, yeah, I'm not saying that this is the best that it can do, but I think for me, this is where I'm basing all my analysis on. And should the price go ahead and do something that is even better than that, I think it's always welcome. But it's also good to be a little bit conservative, making sure that you take the profits when you can. But yeah, this is exactly where we are right now. I want to thank you so much for watching the video. If you could, please delicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family. I'll see you on the next one. Take really, really good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.